Can I get your name and where you're from, if you don't mind?
I'm Kai.
Kai, can I get spelling for you, buddy?
Straight out of Dogtown, K-A-I.
Hola Chula, thank you so much for clicking on to this video. And if you are new here, well then, hi, hello, my name is Kai. And if you're coming back to my channel, well then, it's great to see you, babe. Here on my channel, I like to share my experience as a person who has left the Jehovah's Witnesses organization and what it was like to grow up in a high-control Christian cult. So I guess I'm in like more of a transitional phase of my life right now. I'm in the process of moving pretty far away, and so obviously that might impact my ability to put out videos. So in the meantime, while I'm working on some bigger projects that I want to really take the time and make sure that I do them well, I will just probably be watching cringy Jehovah's Witnesses dramas, Lifetime movies, whatever forever as the watchtower turns. You know the motherfucking vibes. That's what we're gonna be doing today. God rest my soul. So let's go! The movie that we're going to be watching today is called Remember the Wife of Lot. And if you've never heard the story of Lot, well then, let me be the first to tell ya. Where do I begin? So Lot is this guy who's living in the town of Sodom. He's living in one of these heathenist towns with his wife and his 2 daughters. And one day, he is visited by 2 angels who tell him that God is going to destroy both the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and that if they want to live, they need to run away very fast all the way up to the tippy top of a mountain. Everything is like fire and brimstone, like a hellfire raining from the sky, and they're rushing out of their house. And then after a while, Lot was like, hey, I'm tired. Can we actually just camp out here because we're safe here? And the angels were like, no, we have to go to the top of the mountain. And then Lot was like, well, I'm old as fuck, so I want to stay here. And then they were like, well, no, you have to go. And the whole time his wife was running alongside them, and then she decided to look back from where they had come to see her house. All of these things that she had in her previous life are being destroyed. She was upset because that's a pretty traumatizing thing to go through. So, and then God turned her into a literal pillar of salt because she looked in the wrong direction. Seems a little dramatic. I did at least want to read you this one thing real quick because I think that it is disgusting. Genesis 19 and verse 30, and it says, Lot was afraid to continue living in Zoar, so he and his 2 daughters went to live in the mountains. They lived in a cave there. One day, the older daughter said to the younger, our father is old. Everywhere on the earth, women and men marry, but there are no men around here for us to marry. Let's get our father drunk, then we can have sexual relations with him. Oh, scandal. That's the passage that this movie is based on. I want to see how closely they stick to the text. Or actually, no, I don't.
No one can slave for 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will stick to the one and despise the other. You cannot slave for God and for riches. I thought I could do both. But tonight, I had to make a choice. How's it going, everyone? Are you guys doing okay?
Oh, yes, good. When is Marty going to be here? He was supposed to show me some other offerings in this building.
Yes, Marty will be here very soon, sir. Would you care for another glass of wine?
No, I don't have much time. I can't stay long. I have another important meeting tonight.
He had a memorial invitation with him, and that was his more important meeting, or the next important meeting, whatever he said. And interesting. A little on the nose.
Everyone had tried to warn me. They told me to remember the wife of Lot.
Okay, Frasier.
you already started rice.
I'm almost done.
Good, good. We are going to make grandma's special vegetable patty today.
Hey girls, I'm home. Hey, Gloria, you went on service day. How did it go?
Yes, we had a really nice time. I had some nice calls over on the east side of town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, you know Joe, the contractor I've been doing accounts for all these years?
Uh-huh.
Well, I got a chance to witness to him today, and he agreed to start a study.
I hate to say this, but at the same time, I kind of have to say this. If there is a Jehovah's Witness person in your life and you yourself are not a Jehovah's Witness, they are just waiting for the most opportune time to come at you with their sales pitch. So I don't know, I just think it's really kind of sad that even with the relationships that they have outside of the organization, they're still always trying to convert, and like they can't just be satisfied with that person for who they are, which I think makes their friendship incredibly disingenuous.
Oh, Tina, by the way, is your talk ready? Circuit overseer will be there, so you want it to be perfect.
It will be, but that's not till next week anyway.
How about your schoolwork?
Already done.
What's that?
There's some strange man walking into our building.
Strange man. It's okay. Let me check. It's okay. It's Joe. I didn't tell you. Yeah, he's gonna pick up his books for the study, all right? Thanks for coming over, man.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Did he ask him to start a Bible study? So Joe is like getting into it. He's starting to learn about the organization. Ew, that's even worse. Ew.
Come on in, all right. Oh, if you don't mind, can you take off your shoes? You could just put it on the rack over here.
Serious?
Yeah, this is where we put all our shoes. Come on over.
Okay.
All right, here's a chair. Let's see, we'll get that for you. And you can take a seat.
Oh my
And-
god, this
before
is
you do
so
can you grab the door?
uncomfortable.
Okay, so what? We gonna study or what?
We can, if you like, but today I was just planning on giving you the book I was talking to you about. And also, I wanted to give you your own copy of the Bible so you could look up the scriptures. So this is for you. Coming from my background as an accountant, it's organized so nicely. It explains everything in such logical order. And it also helps us to see how the Bible applies to everyday topics.
So, okay, I have very limited knowledge of what it is like to be an accountant. I have never even considered it. I've never even had the thought. But I would assume that being an accountant is like one of those Excel spreadsheet type ass jobs. Okay, how does that even make sense? The way that this book is organized, this like fairy tale, the way that it's organized means so much to me as an accountant. Aren't you just doing the numbers?
You're going to see the Bible. It says that working with your hands, that's good work too. Just as long as you're honest.
I'm telling you, man, nobody's honest today, man. Not even my suppliers. If I had it my way, I'd take those guys and I'd give them what they deserve.
Okay, all right. Joe?
Joe is not a Jehovah's Witness, and that's why he has a hard time controlling his temper. So I think we'll have to keep an eye on that aspect of his character as the movie progresses.
Many people deal with upsetting situations by applying scriptural principles. The Bible shows us how we could find true peace and also to get our emotions under control.
I can't help it, man. I was born angry.
You're going to learn that the Bible tells us that we have to make our minds over. We have to put on the new personality.
New personality. I can't be somebody I'm not, man.
I understand. I tell you what, why don't we talk about this some more? You know, when I come over to your place for the study, okay?
Yeah, all right, whatever.
That new personality shit, that is so disturbing to me. Tell me you're in a cult without telling me you're in a cult. If you have to sit there and tell someone that they need to put on a new personality? Plus two, it's like If Joe truly had an issue with controlling his emotions, then he doesn't need to be studying with Watchtower or with any other religion. What he should do is actually go to therapy. You just can't. You can't use the Bible as a solution for mental illness. It doesn't work.
All right, do you want to have something to eat before you go?
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Joe is small-minded and is not open to experiencing other people's culture because he's a worldly person. Since the prodigal son, their budget must have gone up because this is obviously a much better quality than that movie was. But I am curious as to how Watchtower got all of this money to fund their production department. To me, it seems like if you were an organization telling people that they were in the last of the very last days, the Great Tribulation is right around the corner, why would you be investing in something as futile as a video production department? It's just like, I don't know, that just seems incongruent to the message that you're proclaiming.
Boys, your dad's home. Start getting ready for dinner, okay?
They don't listen to their mom because they're worldly.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. How was your day?
Alright.
Hey, so what are those books?
Oh, those are just some books from my accountant, Brian.
Are they financial books? Because that looks like a Bible.
Yeah, Brian's a pretty religious guy. Anyway, so what are we having for dinner?
What? When did you meet his family?
Oh, I just saw him around. Yeah, he said it might be good to come over, bring his wife maybe to meet you. And they've got 2 daughters about Ricky and Arthur's age. Put the phone away. Come on, let's go. Turn that game off. Let's eat. Okay, let's say a prayer. Lord Jesus.
Oh. Oh no, and the cross! I didn't see the cross! Okay, so they're Catholic because of course they are, and they pray to Jesus when they should be praying to Jehovah. This is very subtle, but eventually Brian is going to convince Joe that he is just all wrong about God, and now he's going to come into the truth, into the light. His eyes will be opened, and he'll throw away his dirty cross. Ugh. Speaking of which... Oh my god! It's so pretty! Oh, look it! Oh my goodness! She's so pretty! I don't know why I gender all of my objects. Oh, it's so beautiful! Ooh. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. The Jehovah's Witnesses don't use the cross because they just think that it's wrong or it's a misinterpretation of the original Greek text, and instead they believe that Jesus died on a torture stake, which this has been wildly debunked. Personally, I don't consider myself to be a Christian, but I do kind of view the cross as more of a symbol of my own freedom. I collect stuff like this. I have a whole bunch more at my other place. But yeah, this is beautiful. Can you tell how much I really want to finish this movie?
Ruby, you have to convince Gloria. She's your daughter.
She is making me look bad.
She is my niece, so the way she lives reflects on me too.
She just needs to come work for my company.
Then she'll be successful.
You should talk to her about that, alright?
Okay, bye. Would you like the crystal gel today?
It's okay. It's too expensive.
You need more money. Not super rich, but just enough to have what our relatives have. Or they'll look down on you.
Mom, we have enough money.
Maybe enough for today. But what if you get sick?
Mom.
Hasn't Brian lost some of his clients lately? Now you have to take care of yourself. You know your uncle can help you find a good job in his real estate company.
Mom, Jehovah will take care of us as long as we trust in him.
You waste time on God. doing that pioneering thing. The time that you could use to make money.
Okay, these are facts. That woman is speaking of facts. Listen to your mother, Gloria, because she's gonna set you straight. Like, that's the best advice you're gonna hear this whole movie. Just know it.
Mom, please listen to me.
What? An old lady can't give you some advice?
No, but we already talked about
But you
this.
never listen.
I listen.
Your girls have to help. You have no sons, so they are your most important investment. You have to get them into good jobs, like your brother's kids.
We don't expect our girls to provide us with money or support or anything, no.
You just don't know what it's like to be poor. When I was young, all I had to eat was turnips that I dug out of the cold ground. And I had to wear my sister's shoes with holes in them. Look at my shoes. Do you see holes in them? How do you think I got shoes with no holes, huh?
I don't think it's horribly uncommon for a person who has grown up very poor to want their children to have much better than they had. I think most parents want their children to have it better than they had. It's perfectly normal what her mother is expressing to her, and she honestly just wants to see her daughter do well. Obviously, the mom is the villain, and she's gonna be the one prodding Gloria away from her spirituality. I'm calling it now. These are awful. These are just nuts. This is like great value Archer. This is like we have Archer at home.
Bible principles can help us to cope with any stress or anxiety we may face in the future.
My husband just lost his job, so this might help.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, please be sure to read it and also check out our website.
Okay, thank you.
That woman is in a vulnerable position. She's uncertain of her future. Her husband just lost his job. So of course, she is an easy target to prey on to join a cult. It's just how it is. Or an MLM if they don't get to her first. They go after vulnerable people who are more susceptible to hearing them out because they're just looking for any gleam of hope anywhere out there. And that's pretty predatory.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
Look at his face.
Are you okay?
Well, Brian, I'm worried. What happened to her can happen to us too. I mean, we need a stable income, and I can get a job at my uncle's real estate firm. Maybe this is an answer to our prayers. I might have to quit pioneering until I settle into work and stuff, but just for a while, until we're financially more stable.
Gloria, we have enough. Besides, Jehovah will take care of us. He always has.
Do not let Jehovah or God or the universe or whatever be your financial planner.
You just have to trust in him.
What about our girls? They need a stable income to be pioneers. They have...
You always have to be putting on a good show for Jehovah, so fuck whatever conversation you were having. Fuck whatever feelings you were feeling in that moment. You gotta shut down and put on that new personality again.
They need a stable income to be pioneers, and they need to know where their next meal is coming from, and that they have enough clothes to keep them warm.
I mean, don't you believe that Jehovah will keep his promise to help us?
Of course, but you never know what could happen tomorrow. We don't expect Jehovah just to drop everything we need into our laps, do we? Money is protection, right? We just need to be realistic and balanced.
Gloria, Jesus said never be anxious about the next day. Oh, hello.
Can I just take one of these?
Yes, please do. Please be sure to visit our website for more.
That guy has an Exjw YouTube channel and he's getting that book for research.
Anyways, my Bible study Joe texted me earlier today, so he's looking forward to seeing us later at their place.
I almost forgot. What time are we supposed to be there?
Right after we're done here and we take the cart back to the Kingdom home.
Okay. I want to stop by home and freshen up too.
Okay.
It's like I said when we were watching The Prodigal Son, I think it's really necessary to be aware of all of the little details. She wanted to go home and gussy up because Gloria is self-obsessed. Her appearance is one of her top priorities.
As Jehovah's Witnesses, we like to meet people from different backgrounds and cultures.
Yeah, we like to meet people from other countries, don't we, Mary?
Yeah, we do. But we already have our own religion and traditions. They're part of who we are. Didn't becoming a witness mean you had to give that all up?
Not at all. We'll still enjoy our traditional food, music, and clothes, and so many other things.
Yeah, so we enjoy the best parts of all cultures. We just avoid the parts that God disapproves of.
Like what?
Well, for example, my mother still prepares food to offer to our dead ancestors on special days.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, the fucking shade in her voice when she said that. She's like, my dumbass mother is still making food for our dead ancestors. Like a big dumb dummy. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that. So what did your family say when you changed your religion?
My mother was very upset. She's not so angry anymore, although she doesn't understand.
Oh, Gloria, Brian, these are our boys, Arthur and Ricky.
Oh, hi.
Arthur.
Arthur?
And Ricky.
Hi.
Hello. They're amazing boys.
Yeah, my boys, how y'all doing?
Good? Yeah.
Good to meet you both. So, how old are you?
I'm 16.
No, you're not.
Almost 16.
I'm 18.
Oh, which high school do you attend?
The one right down the street.
Oh.
As a whole grown-ass man, there is no way in hell he is only 18.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen them around. They're both so, really brainy.
Okay.
He was gonna say churchy. Or stuck up.
Your girls are very lovely. I'm sure they're very good girls.
Oh, thank you. You know, actually, they both want to be full-time Bible teachers.
Wow.
We have a special speaker.
He's very special, yes. He's dear to us, and we've known him for years.
Nice.
Oh, it's not the memorial. It's a circuit overseer visit. They have another special guy, the circuit overseer, and he does like a tour of all of the congregations and gives everyone anxiety.
I don't know. We'll see, maybe just to check it out, but we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah. Gloria, why did you give me that look when I said that girls wanted to be in full-time service? Thank you. You know, actually, they both want to be full-time Bible teachers.
Wow.
Well, I was reminded recently that the safest road is to get a good job with a good company.
Has your mom been talking to you about this again?
She's my mom. I have to listen to her. I owe it to her. You know, my father died when my brother and I were young. And then after that, my mom had to raise us on nearly nothing. You know it very well.
Yes, I know. She was very brave. Okay, but she didn't know Jehovah. We do. Shouldn't we be encouraging our girls to serve him full-time?
Why can't they do both? Everyone has to work, right?
Okay, but what comes first, work or Jehovah?
But you see, there are so many witnesses that have prestigious, high-paying jobs.
That's true. That's very, very true. How are they getting these witnesses who are doctors or scientists or lawyers, which I'm sure that they value very much right now? They've also been known to send people to law school for the sole purpose of representing the Watchtower Publishing Company. Again, that's something where you can't have it both ways. You can't tell people to deny themselves of higher education so that they can move into full-time service and then turn around and send other people to higher education when it suits you.
Yeah, but should we be pushing Anna and Tina to succeed in this system?
No, I'm not. I just want them to have a normal life. And who knows how long this system will last?
Oh.
And what is wrong with living comfortably in the meantime?
Okay, this is not a last days question. Okay, it's always been wrong to strive to be rich.
No, not rich. Just plenty. Just enough to give them peace of mind so that they can sleep soundly.
That's exactly the opposite of what the Bible says. Sweet is the sleep of the one serving, but the plenty belonging to the rich does not permit him to sleep.
But don't you think they need a fallback career? Just in case?
Just in case what? In case Jesus was wrong?
Just in case what? In case Jesus was wrong? The way he said that. It's kind of strange how this movie and the last movie are so similar. Everything that Gloria is saying is very practical in reality. And when she says, well, we don't know how long the system is going to last, well, yeah, you don't know. And they keep telling you that it's coming and coming, but it's not come yet. In every generation of people waiting for the end of the world, they all were so convinced that it was going to happen in their lifetime, and then the narrative or the doctrine has to been altered so much over time to still prop up that idea in people's minds. No, it's coming in my generation. So it prevents people from doing the most with the life that they have. And you know that that's what Brian is talking about. He's telling them to defer comfort, defer happiness, so that you can have that fulfilled in the paradise.
So, guess what?
What?
Mom's all freaked out because Ricky recognized my picture.
Yeah, that figures. He's cute, but Mom would never approve anyway.
Of course not. She'd say, you're too young and he's not in the truth.
Yeah, not just that. Their family isn't as well off as we are. And don't forget the oh factor.
Right, if Grandma heard of it, she'd go, oh.
Exactly.
Hey girls, you know what I always told you? You need to marry someone with the same standard as ours. You have to consider their family background and parents' career.
Mom, doesn't the Bible say marry only in the Lord, not only in your social class?
Yeah.
Never mind. Have you guys finished your homework yet? And your final's coming up. I don't want you missing any more meetings than necessary. Okay?
So Gloria is influencing her daughters to take their studies very seriously, making sure that they've caught up on all of their homework and preparing for their tests. And then Brian walks in, he overhears this, and I have a feeling that he's gonna lay into Gloria saying, no, you shouldn't be suggesting that they pursue these worldly goals for nothing. They should be using that time to study the Watchtower.
Gloria, why should they miss any meetings? You know, putting school before Jehovah, that's just practice for putting work before Jehovah.
Sometimes they have to.
Oh, I like these.
What are those? You're not going out in your sister's shoes.
Why not?
Because I said so.
But these are perfect. She doesn't wear them anymore.
Never. Never. Your grandma had to wear her sister's shoes and they had holes in them.
Mom, calm down. I don't wear them anymore.
She was so ashamed. I made up my mind to make a lot of money so no one would ever see me borrow clothes. And you are not going to borrow it either.
This makes no sense. I don't know if this has ever happened in real life, ever. The shoes obviously are in great condition, and the sister doesn't want to wear them. She doesn't even want them. Let her have them. Again, it's just another layer of her character that she's a little bit aggressive and her priorities are all over the place, and she's really clinging on to this idea that she has to accumulate a lot of wealth in order to mean something. The way that she views herself is contingent upon the amount of money that she makes.
Hey, so you gonna go or what?
All right, I'll go. Now, will you leave me alone?
Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
Well, if you don't want me to go, then I won't.
I do. Okay, I said I do. I want you to go.
So I said I'd go. I'd go just to see.
Okay. Okay, good.
But this may be the only time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. It's the same thing that happens when I go to church. The people don't even know that I'm there. So why go? What?
Nothing. You'll see. You'll see.
So Joe's wife is all concernicus that when she goes to the Kingdom Hall, no one's going to pay attention to her. No one's going to want to talk to her. And I feel like, especially when someone is new and it's obvious that they've never been there before, people will swarm to them, flock to them. And there's a word for that. It's called love bombing. They'll literally make that person feel so special and make themselves out to be so warm and so inviting. Why? Because they want you to come back. They want you to join the cult. And they don't know that, but that's what it is. So then, of course, people fall for it, especially when they're hungry for community. And then they continue to come back. And then along with that, you have to keep buying into the faith, no matter how far that goes. And of course, because they're putting on a good show, they're not going to tell you all the information that you would actually need to know. before you just jump into a religion, a completely different religion from the one that you've had your whole life.
We'd like to welcome back Brother Lee Williams to deliver his final talk entitled, No One Can Slave for Two Masters. Brother Williams, please.
Are they even trying anymore? Are they even trying? You cannot slave for two masters. They did the same thing in The Prodigal Returns. It's just divine intervention. It's just Jehovah's loving hand coming in at the very last moment to give you the spiritual food that you needed.
There are billions of people who are enslaved without even realizing it. They unintentionally do it to themselves because they feel obligated to follow the traditions of their culture, and they put family and money ahead of God. But Jesus made it clear that sooner or later, everyone on earth will have to choose who or what they will serve as master, either Jehovah or money and the power and prestige that goes with having it. No one can slave for two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will stick to the one and despise the other. You cannot slave for God and for riches. How can someone be divided in loyalty like this? Well, let's think of a Bible example. Lot and his family. Now, Lot moved his family near Sodom and then later into the city, although knowing that the men there were wicked, gross sinners against Jehovah. Was he seeking?
Should be known that there was a lot of homosexual activity happening in both Sodom and Gomorrah. So yeah, those people were gross, dirty sinners. And they deserve to be destroyed, apparently.
Material security? Did he give in to pressure from his wife? Did they try to serve two masters? Well, whatever the case, we know the results. The family suffered spiritually, and they put their lives at risk.
Their lives wouldn't have been put at risk if God was just like a little bit more relaxed. What? Like, that's kind of gaslighty, right? Like, you're the reason that I'm in this situation, but then you turn around and hold it against me that I was in this situation in the first place. Man, my ex wrote this.
She loved the comforts of Sodom more than Jehovah. Even while Jehovah used the angels to try to get them out of that wicked city, Lot's wife looked back, possibly because of her attachment to her things, and she became a pillar of salt.
Extreme.
Now, could Lot's wife have avoided that tragic outcome?
Maybe.
Of course. No wonder Jesus made the very direct comments at Luke chapter 17, verse 32, when he said, "Remember the wife of Lot." And there is the lesson for us. We are living at a time when it is vital that we do not look back in a figurative sense. What a sobering reminder.
What was that? Was that a jump scare in a frickin' Watchtower movie?
Before family, money, and things.
Brother Williams, that was very inspiring.
Oh, thank you, Brian. I'm glad you thought so.
I want you to meet Joe and Mary. This is their first meeting.
Oh, nice to meet you, Joe and Mary.
I gotta tell you, all of this is so different from my church. I mean, I liked your sermon, but believe me, we're not a family that expects to ever get rich. We never have any money for anything anyways.
Right, just a lot of debt.
Yeah, but you know the important thing is that we can have our spiritual needs taken care of. God can take care of all the other needs.
I hope God comes with a 401k. I think also it's kind of funny that Mary said sermon versus saying talk, because the Jehovah's Witnesses have this really anal thing about distinguishing themselves between them and Christendom or any other religion. Instead of using words like church or sermon, they use things like kingdom hall and talk, because terminal uniqueness.
Hey, so thanks for coming over, man. I really appreciate the effort you made to come today.
Yeah, man, it was good. I enjoyed it. The speeches he gave were good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Good.
So, we'll see.
What did Mary think?
Well, I don't know, I gotta check with her. I mean, this is a lot different than her church.
Brian.
Thanks again, Brother Williams.
It's good to see you again.
Appreciate it.
And Joe, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Brian. Where's Mr. Williams' wife?
He's a widower. Julia died a few years ago.
Oh.
But he took good care of her right till the end.
Man, that's sad.
Yeah.
Especially when it's your wife.
How weird was it that he asked that? Where's that guy's wife? Is it so weird that he wouldn't have, like, how would that even come up in regular conversation?
He's convinced, and we're all convinced, we'll see her again in the new world. And you know, despite his grief, he continues his work.
What?
Yeah.
So how much does he make then?
Oh, well, he doesn't make anything. He's a volunteer.
A volunteer?
Yeah.
Well, how does he afford that nice car, his phone, and his suit?
Well, the congregation covers his basic expenses.
What? The congregation? Man, it sounds to me like he's living off others instead of working like you say.
Oh, no, Joe, you got it all wrong. He's busy just like the rest of us. He's busy preaching, he's preparing, teaching, listening to it. It's not like that.
Yeah, but you suppose he ever asked himself, can I make it in this real world like you and I do every day?
Joe, trust me. He knows what this world is really like. I mean, he's in it every day, helping people. Besides, before he learned the truth, he had a prestigious career. He just doesn't talk about it.
Man, I gotta go.
He left his wonderful career to pursue being a Jehovah's Witness instead. And then also, everything that Joe was saying is like bang on the money. Why does this man who's literally crowdfunding his life, why should he have a nice car? And it's just kind of suspicious, in my opinion, when someone who is literally living off of the money of other people who worked for their money is going out and having this luxurious lifestyle. I just don't like that.
You know, I really enjoyed Brother Williams' talk today. The part where he said, you cannot slave for two masters. You cannot serve God and riches. I really like that.
Yeah, Brother Williams always gives nice talk, but are there many brothers who are successful in the world and in the truth too? How can he say you cannot do both?
But Gloria, it wasn't Brother Williams who said no one could slave for two masters. It was Jesus.
I know, but I see witnesses who are very active in the truth and also hold down in high-paying jobs. Some even pioneer. That's why you have to exert yourselves.
Gloria, Jesus said to exert yourself to get in through the narrow door, not to serve two masters. Evidently, Lot's wife tried to serve both.
But we live in...
Okay, the literal story says that she just looked in the wrong direction. And apparently that equates to slaving for two masters. That's kind of a reach.
Don't you think our girls need to try as hard as they can?
But think of those in our own congregation who pushed their kids too far. They couldn't do it all. They had to take a break from the truth so they could pursue the material goal.
I wish that this was like the MCU and that they would be throwing shade at David for taking a break from the truth.
So far, they haven't returned to Jehovah.
Can you guys walk any faster? I don't want to miss my TV show.
They're just doing the most. Gloria's priorities are all over the place, and obviously being a Jehovah's Witness isn't the top one. That's a problem.
Everyone was so pleasant. It's not what I thought it would be.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. We listened to a sermon and looked up a lot of scriptures.
What happens now? Are you like ready to get baptized? Shall I baptize thou now?
What's wrong with you? Stop that.
The wooden spoon. Oh, man.
I told them that I would sit in the next time they came to study with your dad. I gotta keep my word.
No, you don't. You don't owe those people anything.
Besides, I'm curious. Who knows what I could learn from all of this?
Something that I've shared on my channel before is that I have been in an emotionally abusive relationship, And I just think that it's fair to point out the parallels where you can. Initially, at the start of any relationship like that, whether it's with a person romantically or platonically, or it's with an organization, often they begin those relationships putting their best foot forward and being everything that that person never thought that they would have, being like an absolute dream, right? Mary said that her church was cold and the people there didn't even notice her. Then she went to the Kingdom Hall and she was basically paraded around, and they made sure that everybody talked to her so that she would feel the warm and fuzzies and want to come back. But obviously, as that continues to go on, then you become easier to manipulate and easier to abuse. And by the time that you're so far in and you've learned all of the maybe not so great things about their religion, then you just have to accept it because this is your community now. And you're entrenched in this relationship. I also notice that they're highlighting all of the nicer or easier to swallow beliefs that they have, like the paradise, like when he was talking about that guy whose wife passed away and he said, oh, we're convinced that we're gonna see her again. If somebody tells you something like, oh, if you have a loved one in your life and they died, well then if you believe this way, then God will make sure that you can see them again. When somebody has died, your only wish is to have one more day with them. That is something that is going to really intrigue them, and they might eventually believe that themselves. And then that's the basis that their faith is built upon, is that I want to see this person that I love. And that's really sad because it's never gonna happen. People are waiting for nothing. They bought in for absolutely nothing.
Yay! Congratulations, guys. I know this place will be the home of your dreams.
Those men are so funny.
Mom, they're a gay couple.
So?
A year ago, that shocked you?
Things change, and we need to get used to it.
Progressive grandma, we love to see it. That's really telling. You're not even allowed to enjoy media that has somebody who is gay in it. I really do remember that about growing up. Like if there was a gay couple in a TV show, my mom would like fast forward through the parts that they were in, or just like mentally disassociate herself from that so that she's not taking in that kind of information, that it might skew her perception of gay people. Because again, as we've already been told by this movie, gay people are worthy of destruction by the hands of God.
I just closed on a huge housing contract for my clients.
You see, that's the only way to survive. Your girls need to get big money jobs. You have no choice. Otherwise, your sister-in-law and her family will look down on them and on you.
Mom? I'm starting school tomorrow.
School? You? What school?
I'm going to take real estate classes so that I can earn my own money. I want to move to better apartment. Mom, can you please speak to Uncle for me about working for his real estate company?
Now you talk like a good daughter.
This is just speculation on my part, but I think in the middle of that conversation with her mom, she decided just to jump in and tell her that she was starting school, even though she really hasn't taken any of the necessary steps to begin that process. And I think that that really comes from a place of just wanting your parents' approval. It's very subtle, but I think you can see in her face that she decided to make that split decision so that she could make her mom happy. I think that's a lot of motivation for her. She wants to have the life that her mother keeps telling her that she should have and she should pursue, because she gave up so much to provide for her, and she wants her to have a better life than what they had. There's probably something else that you could say about how we shouldn't seek the approval of man and we should only seek the approval of God, but I'm not gonna get into that. This is the end of part 1, so we will reconvene for part 2. Thank God. What will happen? Will Gloria actually go through with her studies? Will she become a real estate agent and icon, an absolute real estate icon, with her whole face on the side of a bus? Love it. But that was just my thought, just my opinion, just my video. And if you like this video, then you can leave it a like. And if you like me, then you can subscribe to this channel where I will be talking about whatever I want, whenever I want, because this is my channel and that's what we do here, baby. So subscribe, and as always, chulas, I hope that you are having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing rest of your day. Bye.